What up, Wheatfield? What it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield, y'all. Welcome to you. Hi. Welcome back, my wheat. If you new, hi, welcome. Come on in. Welcome to you too. I'm so excited to have you. I am so excited to have you. We are growing, and I just could not be more ecstatic, y'all. I'm telling you. Oh, rub his face a little bit too. Woo. We just did our spiritual shower for the day, meditate, and today we did something a little bit different, something that was called into remembrance. Of course, sometimes we forget. It's a lot of knowledge, and we did something a little bit different. I have to say it before I get squirrel about it and forget it, because your girl be forgetting. But it was as we were in the flow of the shower and doing our normal meditation, thanking the source for all its many gifts and all the abundance that we are experiencing at that moment, we asked, sometimes you kind of get a little bit muddy. And it can feel different when you are giving thanks and being considerate, and especially when you are doing it repetitively. It's not that I lose gratitude, I don't, because every new thing is a new thing. No matter how many times I've done it, it's still new in the moment. So I give thanks for it, and making that a practice, like continuously, like making it a habit, making it normal to offer up my first bite of food. Like, right, I had my first sip of water, and it was a whole thing to even offer it up, offer it up to everything in between, and waiting excitedly for the source to deliver back onto me what it is that I'm to receive. Right? It's mine. It's mine. Like, I've already been gifted the vessel, the chalice. I've been gifted with the flow, which good and nourishing. But I'm offering it, right? Because it's a gift. But I offer the first of it to the Alpha. I offer the last of it to the Omega. And I graciously wait to receive what's to be given unto me. Ha! And everything, all of that is just more than enough to meet the need, right? But as we do that and do that practice with all things, sometimes it's like my conscious mind, how do I say it? Because we're pure consciousness, right? I'm unaware what to say, how else, what is needed to say in the moment. Because I feel like when I get stuck, it's something that I need that hasn't been revealed quite yet. And so to remember to allow my highest self, my highest spirit that knows what we need in this moment and space to intercede for thee. And so that's what we did. We asked that the source um, allow my highest self to intercede on my behalf, right? And when I say channeling, yes, we felt awakening, and we felt the star card. Yes. And it's been beautiful. Again, that's why I say, like, if you are, can I say it? Yes, thank you. Um, we don't need cards. We don't. But to channel that deeply, a lot of people may misconstrue the energetic pull on the vessel, on the energy that it takes to constantly stay connected in that space, to hear, to perform, to feel what I'm being told to do. Like, I definitely feel Nine of Wands. Yes, definitely feel Nine of Wands. I feel the star card. High Priestess. Empress. Judgment. Judgment. I couldn't feel in that moment if it was the temperance, but it was judgment. Judgment. I feel the looking down, and I could feel those that look up and that are being called up. So I definitely felt Nine of Wands, Star. We felt High Priestess, Empress, and Judgment. Yes. Do you want me to write them? No. Okay, because I was about to say, if I don't write them, then what we caught. So Source will use the cards to help us facilitate. And there's a lot of people who don't read in that way. I feel like, again, we are speaking to the imbalance. Oh, I got it. Hot. So the spirit is waking up in a divine feminine. The spirit is awakening a divine feminine that has been wounded. Wounded warrior, wounded healer type of energy. I feel the star wounded with the nine of wounded or standing ground, defensive, defending a star energy, which is related to the star, high priestess, empress. Ooh, high priestess, empress with the star. That's some powerful energy. Yes, it is. You talking about somebody with secret knowledge, like you talking about Akashic records being cracked open, like access to tap in and tap out and pull from the library. I feel pulling books off of the library, off the ancient library, like the cosmic library. You could just pull them out, pull them out, and you have star quality. Not only is your path laid forward by the spirit, but you are laying the pathway, and you're carrying a chalice, a vessel, full of blessings, and you are pouring it out all over the plane. And I feel like that's what you've come to do, to pour out that knowledge that you can just pick and pour it out all over everyone. And I feel like Empress, divine femininity, divine mother, the alpha energy coming in. Yes, divine alpha energy coming in. And we felt judgment, you know, awakening and pulling people in, awakening them, calling them up, waking them up. Yes, awakening, because we felt that awakening card, wakening them up, the great awakening, right? And it is a lot of people who are working in that energy, that alpha energy coming in to do that. And when I say alpha, don't think it's just that manosphere rare pill-ish. It's not. That's backward twisted type of thinking, and that's not what this is. It's not. It is, our source has a duality of energy. It is an alpha and omega. It is a feminine and a masculine. It is the yin and the yang. It is the duality, and it is represented across everywhere. Ashe. Just example, and I know that any of my movie buffs will get this. So on the original Jurassic Park, the first one, Dr. Ian, right? He was the real skeptic, right? He was the one that was not, he was like, okay, this is fabulous, but do you understand the ramifications and the gravity? That's what you were having me say, the gravity of what you are doing. I was feeling ramifications because it's both. Like, it was very grave what they were playing with, but at the same, because people don't know what they conjuring, they just start doing ish, right? And they just go so fast. It's like he said, you move so fast, like you understood that you could do it, and you did it, and you did it, and you did it, and you did it, and before you could even understand the gravity of the ramifications of what you did it, and you packaged it, and now you selling it, and you off, and you don't understand what you're doing. And a lot of people move like that. They don't understand what they're doing. They get knowledge of something. Like I said, you catch a clip and you make a judgment, or you learn a little bit. You read one book and then you feel like that you're the expert in it, and you can just move off of it and you can judge others. That's why this alpha. I know. Calm it down. Thank you. Pulled me back. We ain't prayed yet. Not really, Ashe. But I get fired up because that's something close to my heart. And it always had been before I even stepped out and, and started displaying the gift or operating in it. Is it me? No. That alpha in me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because, it's like, thank you. Thank you. Before people understand the gravity of what they're doing, they get themselves in a lot of hot water that has a lot of consequences for a lot of other people when you move in such a fashion, moving so fast that you haven't taken the time to really sit in spirit and decipher, should you do this? You may have knowledge of it, but what is your intention? And even if your intention is good, it can have grave manifestation. It can manifest grave consequences for a lot of people if you have not sat in the spirit to determine if this is what you should do. I believe that's why a lot of readers say let it resonate, because they have to say it's for such and such purposes. I've not said that because it's not. It's for educational purposes. Because that's what we do. We learn. And we like to share what we've learned. We've been called to share what we learn. Like we've been given a yoke, and we answered our call to perform the work for which we've been given, which has been placed in us and on us. For heaven has come to earth to do a work that we all don't necessarily remember. And people are being awakened to what their purpose is. Everybody seeks it. Everybody seeks it. Well, but everybody contemplates, what's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? That's seeking. That's questioning. The why. Why am I here? What am I meant to do? And when they don't know what they're meant to do, they feel a way about it too. They do. Like, I don't know what my purpose is, and I'm just out here floating around on the breeze. And sometimes I might be your purpose, depending on what you're transmuting, is to just float around on the breeze to experience, because we are light on a voluntary escape. What did you come here to do? What did you want to experience? Right? But many who have that, not, and I was reading into my new study book, and it was talking about taking me down, and I was really, I'm inquisitive, keep me in the right way, like let me not turn to the left nor to the right, like keep me on the straight and narrow path, right? Because there's only a few of us that's really on it, because a lot of people are confused based on just a little bit that they've been fed. And then they like to, again, go out and sling spiritual rocks and spiritual spears and bows and spiritual wars, and how they're operating might not necessarily be. Just saying. Take it for what you will. If you resonate, you resonate. I pray you do. I pray you vibe. And if you vibe, subscribe. Stick around. Stick around. It ain't nothing but for conversation. We just conversate. We just get it up, chop it up, and get it up and get it out, basically. So we can figure this whole thing out. I mean, we are here to discover, right? Again, we on an expedition and exploration to discover self, to discover our source, the omega to the alpha, and the alpha, I feel, is coming in. That balancing, yeah. Because if we only call on one part, then we only linked in one direction. But to recognize the whole that is represented everywhere, and that takes me back to my Jurassic Park, before I got on a little soapbox tangent. So Dr. Ian's whole thing was, and it was like, well, we can control it. We can control it. He like, how? It's like, because all the dinosaurs are female. Or no, all the dinosaurs, are they female or were they female, I believe. They said they were female. And in a single sex environment, there's a species of frogs that would change its sexual representation in order to reproduce. And when you look at female genealogy, or just not genealogy, you know what I'm trying to say, the genetics in the code, we have the ability to create both sexes. We do. It's birthed out. And that's right along with art imitating life and life imitating art. There is a true mechanism for, that's what they be saying, like, if I'm not saying that we don't need our bras, don't get it twisted. I'm not even going to go into it because I know what it's going to do. But anywho, y'all get what I'm saying. Just like in the movie, when they realized that those dinosaurs was laying eggs out in the wilderness, how did it happen? Because they can morph. Life finds a way. You can't cheat the intelligence of the alpha and the omega. I mean, the infinite intelligence of the all, like, that exists throughout everywhere, not just Earth. People always get it mixed up. And then that's what things that be killing me about it. I know I got one sitting right here. I got a ton of them. Okay. So I'm going to just show y'all. We love to say this. Like, the obviousness of it just be like, to what? What does this stand for? Is this a word? No. This is not a word. It's an acronym. What is the acronym, beloved? Basic instructions before leaving where? Earth. Earth. Where are we? Earth. How many planets is there, beloved? How do you know that the same thing that operates in this plane is the same somewhere else? It ain't. It's a whole lot of ish missing. I'm just saying. It's a whole lot of stuff that we cannot even receive in this vessel. We just can't. It's known to the spirit. The spirit knows. My highest self, my connection to the source knows. But it's things that these senses cannot decipher. Yes. But I ask to have all things revealed unto me. The secrets, the treasures, that which I can receive. And do you know how much information and data that there is to receive? Data to process into usable, is that right? Usable information. Anything that's in this space that seeks to come and cause confusion, we block it out. We block it out. There's only so much data that we can process and convert into information, usable information, just like your computer pulls together pieces of data, a data set, a data table, or whatever the case may be, just trying to put it in, concepts, analogies, and use it so that it's usable, so that you can make sense out of it, right? Like the periodic table is a table, it's a data set. But how do you use that data set and turn it into information that you can stack and look at the concepts and put it again into use. It's the whole thing. And to take the instruction for us living here in this plane, in this 3D, absolutely, absolutely. But to presume that is all that there is grave error, grave error, because it's so much that we don't know. It's so much that people have not even asked to be revealed onto them. Right. It is the knowingness of how to ask for revelation. It's layers to this. It's levels to this. You know what I mean? And I'm just a student. Just a student. And I stay and study and I ask for correction daily. And now one of my things again is to ask for permission for all things. Permission. The first and the last, I offer it, I give it. And, I mean, y'all should see your girl. I mean, sometimes, it can have you out here looking real kooky, real, Because you walk by somebody, you trying to eat your food at the restaurant, and you stop and you offer it up. And you offer it up. And then it tells you to offer into all of creation too. And then you sit there and wait for what the source is going to do to bless it and give back onto you what is good for you. I mean, excited and anticipate the waiting, the waiting, the waiting. Thank you guys for indulging me. Thank you for waiting. I pray you still with me. I prayed in my head for the Alpha and the Omega to receive, to bless it, for it to be good, for nourishment. We wait excitedly, anticipating for that which is given back onto thee. And then there was a pause. I offered it all onto creation itself as well. And then I said, please have my highest self intercede for me. Because at that point, I didn't know what else to pray. I had offered it to the Omega, Alpha, offered it to the Omega, the beginning and the end. I offered it to all of creation that is in between and inviting them to come and sip and drink with me. There was still a pause. Something that I didn't quite know, that I didn't have that sensation or know what to say, what to pray. And I asked that my highest self come in and speak for me, to pray for me, that which I did not know what to say, which would be good for my highest me. And then I was allowed to receive and to drink. Even though I was allowed to take the sip, it wasn't allowed to go down. And I waited, anticipating to see, not just going after it. And that's a part of my correction. Because sometimes we just be so ravenous. We go after it. And we don't, again, take time to see. There's space in between everything. There's always space for you to convene in the spirit. There's always space for you to stop and listen to hear it so that you can get that perfect instruction every time. So that you can have space for correction. So that you can stay right here. Not turn to the left or to the right, but kept safe in your lane. Tightly held by the Spirit. And that is grace. That is protection. That gives us favor. We're going to play cards, but we're going to pray first. So I hope y'all can stick with your girl. I hope you can rock with it. You know what I mean? Rock with your girl. Oh, baby. I love you, babe. I wanna love you, babe. That's all the part I can hear. That's all that was. I heard that in my ear over here. Yes. But that takes me back to my teaching Bible. Can I say it before we get squirrel, or will you bring it back to say it now? Say it now. Okay. So we were looking at us, as seers, as bringers of truth seekers, and those who talk and speak about the word and what has been revealed onto us. And we use tools as well. And a lot of people will come in again and make that quick judgment. You're a divinator. And that always be like, come on, my weed. Like, do you know what divination means? Like, everything in creation was called and made by the source's word. Everything. Everything operates in divination. It does. But whether or not you have good intentions is a thing. What are your intentions? Are you being truthful? Are you using your powers to manipulate and to destroy and to enrich self? Even sometimes people again have good intentions. They just don't have the awareness. They don't have enough the depth of knowledge to ensure that they are acting responsibly. With great power comes great responsibility. And many people who understand the power of their words, because words are a spell, prayers. The power of life and death is in your tongue. Be careful what you speak. What you speak, you will eat. You call your life. And most of us call very chaotically. We speak chaos. We speak belief versus disbelief. You can get a mustard seed, an inspiration, a divine piece of inspiration, and you believe on it. Ooh, that's interesting. I received that, but then you will speak doubt right after it. I don't have this, or I don't have that. All the limitations. I call my words back. I call them back. I call them back. I call them back. Anything that I may have spoken in error, I call back. I am the sower of all of my seeds, and anything that I've sown in error, I call back onto me. I bind it. I ask the source, the Alpha and Omega, to do as it pleases. You have that ability. So how many people speak lies? How many people speak ill of you? How many people connive and devise behind your back? But they don't think that that's spell work. They don't think that that's divination. They don't, in the lowest form, low form divination. We talk about the messenger and working miracles as if the messenger was the only one. Was not. There were plenty where miracles were shown and worked through well before the messenger even blew through. Well before. But we don't speak on that. It's like cherry-picked pieces that we do speak on, and it forms a type of mindset. It forms a type of perspective. One of the things that the messenger was reported to say was, greater works will you do. Why? Because people were already working in that manner. Worked before, they came and worked, and then those that were left after also worked. Did the same thing. Moses using his staff as a representation to do things is another, and for me it's the same as my tarot cards. They speak. I have been divinely inspired to choose each deck of cards. Everyone that I saw, everyone that I purchased spoke to me. The source, thank you for the abundance to be able to have them, to deliver them onto me, and I will use them. They have been offered back up onto the source to use as it pleases. Just like everything is. My vessel is to be commanded by the Most High to be used as it pleases. So, what is not in divination? Everything is being put in use by the source that made everything. Not just this plane, not just this 3D plane, not just this small little rock called Earth that we live on. It's a much bigger picture. Much bigger. I mean, omniverses, like galaxies. Galaxies that contain how many other planets? We talk about dimensions, multiple dimensions. We can look at the multiverse, but where do you think they get them concepts from, Ashe? I mean, we dismiss the realness because we only focus on just our little bit that makes us feel safe. But there's safety in the unknown, in uncertainty. The infinite intelligence operates in uncertainty. When things are unclear and you are unsure, you can rest assured that the intelligence is working before you. It has gone before you to do things that have not yet been revealed onto you. And to be sure that it's going to work out for your own good is based on how you're operating, my dude, my queen, my sis, my bro, my wheat, my G. How are you operating? How are you thinking? Did you rush into something before sitting in the spirit and letting it be discerned onto you and revealed? That clear vision opening up so that you could see? Or did you just get it and take off and act impulsively? Oftentimes we run into chaos because we act impulsive. It happens. It happens to the best of us, to all of us. Every single one of us will err. That's why I stand in the position of being corrected all the time. Correct me. Keep me safe. Keep me from moving to the left or to the right, Ashe. Y'all that see me, I'll be like, Source, pull me back. Because I don't want to be off track. And the last thing I want to do is speak something over self because I'm saying it to you. The last thing I want to do is speak something onto self because I'm saying it to you. I will eat every word that I speak. I speak milk and honey, truth, beloved. Sometimes the truth don't feel good. It just don't, but don't mean that it ain't good for us. Source says, let's pray. Please give me the words. I am so grateful to the Alpha and to the Omega, to that which has sent me to bring a message that is edifying, onto self first and foremost. Thank you to the Source that loves us most. I will say what I am given to say as you give it to me to say it. The Omega sees all, commands all, does all things. The Alpha has decreed from the beginning all things. You are sealed. You are protected. You are given onto this world to be a light in the darkness. Light is gone away from me. Light is traveling toward me. Light is held within me. Light cannot escape me. For I am in you, and you are pieces of me. Go forth in peace. Come together in unity and harmony. Magnify me. Grow me. Allow me to show me the fullness of me. Let's get it, we are sealed. Yes, play with my cards. The Omega has said, the Alpha has decreed. Let's get it. I said that last get. Gotta move this back a bit. Sorry, y'all. It didn't want to slide. It didn't want to move. It was just like stuck to what? But that's kind of like, that's kind of, thank you. That's kind of like people's attitude. They get stuck. They do. Stuck in their own mindset and refusing to move, refusing to answer the call too. Come on. I feel it. Let's get it. Where we going? Where we going? What we gonna do? Thank you to the Alpha. Welcome to the wheat field, my wheat. Welcome to you. I pray that you can stick around. I pray that you can vibe. I'm serious, y'all. It ain't nothing but us chopping it up, giving us something to think about a little bit differently, just a little bit different POV. If you can receive your girl, and because I darn sure receive thee. I do. Each and every one of you. If you come around here with some crazy comments, though, I will block you. I will remove you. Because we done answered it enough. And if anybody that really comes seeking some real ish and not just on that little bit and make your own contrite judgments, you will see what this is. I mean, really, you will see. And your spirit will resonate. It'll vibrate. And if you can rock with your girl, then you will stick around. You will hang around. And if you care about it, you will share it out too. That's what that is. And if you really want to come back on a daily and get this here spell, go on and hit that bell. I'm just saying, let it ring for you one time. Let it ring for you. One time. Oh, another. We got daily bread. And this right here, little tin can is like to what? I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, we had to do a little wiggle. Get it out. We not religious, y'all. We not. We spiritual. We real spiritual. We do everything in the spirit, as you can see. We eat, drink, because we don't do that. No. We quit smoking, y'all. It's been about 2 months. Almost. Is it? 1.5, almost 2. So we real excited about that. We are. It's an accomplishment. So I don't know what it is that you working on, my wheat, but give yourself some grace and celebrate all of those small victories. Yes. Ooh. Yeah. We thought we had got it. Have to go back at it one more again. But we persistent, we diligent, we committed to this thing. And it's so funny. Look at this. Y'all can see that. And we was talking about in prayer. Because every word is a prayer. And if you stay committed and diligent to your prayer, you will see how it reveals itself. It was. The word will show itself approved. And the infinite intelligence will orchestrate itself in all things to bring that into you. That which has been divinely inspired and given unto you. You held that mustard seed in faith and you stood on it with confidence, and you will not be moved. You won't be shaken. Like, it is what it is and I'm just going to wait. It's going to come into you. You'll get it. You will. I know. I ain't put my trash over here. Can I just sit it right there? Yes, thank you. Take a sip. Yeah, we're going to take a sip. If you believe in love after life. I don't even know if that's how that's supposed to say, how that's supposed to go. Thank you to the Alpha and Omega for these cards. We offer them up to you. Yes, for they are yours to use. You are the creator and the manufacturer of all things, and all things is on to use as you please. And I ask that you cleanse these cards of any residual energy, any energy that is coming to resist your word, your decree, that which has been made and sealed but is known by the Alpha and the Omega already. So the source knows what to cleanse from it and how to cleanse it. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. So we already saw that you know, if you believe, pray, and believe on your prayer. Believe it. You know, don't go against it. Don't go against self. It's so hard to keep, you know, your thoughts in a straight and narrow and not get doubtful. Doubtful is a real thing. Do you want this? Yeah. Blessed are those whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Blessed is the one whose sin the Lord will never count against them. Blessed is the one whose sin and the Lord will never count against them. Ah, I will turn their mourning into gladness, and I will give them comfort and joy instead of sorrow. Look at that. And I love that because we will err. We will err. We will transgress. But to stay in a mind of repentance, of recompense, yes, offering all things up, everything. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm a child. I'm a child of the Most High, the eternal Lord of creation. Creation, not earth, just earth, but creation itself. We are pieces, we are pixels of it. And there's a lot that we just don't know. And in my ignorance, I have errors. I do. And I pray that I am corrected and put back on a straight and narrow. I repent for not knowing or going against what I know. I repent for willful defiance. I offer my whole self up, everything that I've learned, everything that I acquired, onto the Most High. Yes. Leave everything and follow me, right? I offer it all up unto that which made me, which sent me. And I ask to be received, that I may be welcomed in, that I may be covered in having all things forgiven. For mercy and for grace is here. It is mine. For mercy and grace is mine to receive. I hear thee. Mine to receive. But only for those who really believe. Believe. And I'm not telling you what to believe or how to believe or any specific theology. It's not. Because again, it's so much to know. And there's so many pathways to go. And again, where we get our principles from has foundations. They have origins. And to discover those origins will give you a deeper perspective. Deeper ways to practice. And it's just being diligent, seeking. Why not? We're all here to learn. And then your spirit will discern. The word will show itself to be true. You can match it up and see how it is consistent. Where do you want this? Right here? Okay. What do you want now? This. Alright. High vibes. Killing with vibes. I know. We become alive through our vibes. But it is that though. We destroy ourselves with our vibes. We do. How you vibing? I know. Source said, you know, this platform and the intelligence and stuff, like they listen for words or whatever, and we're not trying to get those complications. So we want to call back that, call it back, call it back, call it back, call it back. But get them with vibes, right? Get them with vibes, you know. And the best way to destroy or delete your adversaries or really just piss them off is to stay high vibing, stay positive. Use everything to increase your lumens, increase your polarity, increase your positive charge, whichever way you want to slice it. Lighten yourself, raise above the fray, you know, fly above, be like the eagle, use the storm to fly higher. It's a whole bunch of ways of saying that, you know. I just feel like a battery. Some of the stuff that come, most of the stuff, all the stuff, everything that come against me, we use it, we transmute it so that we can fill this battery up into a high polarity, like to get full. That's that spiritual strength. And to do it on both sides keeps us real balanced. Singing and toning and self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness is huge when it comes to transmuting energy. Again, we talked about releasing sins, repenting, recompense. Ooh. See, a lot of folks would do the repenting, but they don't offer a recompense. And if they offer a recompense, I'm not for sure what they offering. But sometimes that recompense can be heavier than what we have an allotment to pay. And I felt like that for a reading that we had the other day, the Ashe. It might have been yesterday or the day before, but anyway, you know, again, be careful of what you speak, because the first thing that you say is onto self first. You hear it, you say it, but sometimes people speak so fast and so impulsively that it just fly out and they don't even know what they did. That's why we say forgive them, because they know not what they do. They operating on a level that's just, quite frankly, beneath you. There's a lot of things that you are above, but there's a lot of things that are above thee. Go on, Nico. That's what they was inspired to say. Don't come for the people that I love. I guess I could be a little bit scary, but we ain't, depending on beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but my soul is beautiful. I know that. Anywho, self-forgiveness. When you keep repeating past events and past mistakes in your mind, you bring your energy down. Say to yourself, I forgive you. I did the best I could with the information I had at the time. Deep breath. Sometimes you got to push all that old-ish out so you can get in a nice, good, deep breath of the good newness. That new. Get them with vibes. Get them with vibes. Salt and pepper. Gently jump up and down. Salt and pepper. And I was wondering, like, is this what you want to wear? Alpha said, yeah, this is it. This is what we're putting out. And I said, okay, let's rock with it. I was kind of like, this what you really want to do? Yeah, okay. You sure it's right here? Yes, let me show you. I said, okay, we got it out. We put it on. And I was like, okay, I can kind of see the black and white. It is what it is. And we had the blue on the bottom, which is for the flow, the dark flow, like that sapphire type of flow. Ooh. Those who know. Gently jump up and down and shake up the mixture of energy that is within you. Shake up that energy. Imagine heavy dark pepper as negative energy releasing from every crevice of your body. Allow it to fall into the earth to be recycled. Pepper represents the thoughts and feelings that do not serve you. It is heavy energy that has hosted the pain in your body or the problems in the day you just experienced. Now the pepper is gone. Imagine lighter salt coming down from above, filling you with light, happy energy, which moves into the space once filled by pepper. Notice how you feel. Now you can take it, flip it, flop it, whichever way you want, okay? But the gist of it is to let the dark thoughts of your imagination, of your rumination, fall away. Shake it away from thee and let it fall back down into the earth or into the ether and let it be recycled so that it can be changed and transmuted and you can use it to make you fly higher, to lift you up so that you can skyrocket out into the universe. I feel to the stars. You talking about that star card? What? Talking about that high priestess using those I hear alchemy. Yeah, using the tactics of alchemy to change the energy, transmuting your thoughts into something lighter, something that can fuel you, something that's going to help you go forward. Yeah, choices. Choose the good. Remember, every moment is a choice. Did we show this one? We did. I couldn't remember if we showed it. We're going to do it. You can take a snippet, like a little snapshot if you want to read the whole thing. I know my arm is not going to be. Choices. Choose the good. Remember, every moment is a choice. What do you choose in this moment? What do you choose? Do you choose to be the highest you? If you choose to be the highest you, you wouldn't judge others. You wouldn't talk bad about them. You wouldn't sit and concert and devise nasty tactics. You wouldn't wish bad even on your enemy. You would pray for them just same way you pray for thee. Why? Because they don't know what they're doing. Quite frankly, they just don't. Unlimited POV, music. Turn on some music that you love and notice the change in your body. Get into some different vibes. Whatever that you're feeling, you can use the music to express it, to get it out, to transmute it. Now, don't wallow in the blues too long. Turn on something that's going to change and transmute that energy. Shake it away from thee. Yesterday, I think we was feeling down home blues. Down home blues. And then we was also feeling, oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it out. Oh, living on a doom 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 doom. Rock it out. You know, if you're a person that likes just the sound of music, it don't even have to have no words to it. Throw on some lo-fi. Throw on some classical. Ooh, that piano, I love it. It's something about those keys, the black and white keys and the sound that they create together, magnifying each other. Because again, we need those negative feelings to let us know where we at with it. It's our guidance system. Emotions tell us, right? Whatever you're feeling, you also thinking something that's driving that feeling. They work in tandem, but you could stop before you speak out. Because what you speak is a part of your alchemy. It's a prayer. It's a spell. And whatever you speak, you will eat. You will call it back into thee. Transmute it before you speak it. Give it on to the spirit so that it can tell you what to do with it. Help you cleanse it. Help you get rid of it. So what you speak is always onto life. Life. Smile, smile more in music. We right back on music. Who was the Alpha and Omega? Omega says, put on some music. Put on some music and smile. Alpha says, smile. Though your heart is breaking, smile. Even though it's aching. I just hear, if you just smile. Where is that from? Yeah, that's that movie back in the day. What's the name? My girl, my girl, I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I got the month of May. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? Our Lord, our Lord, our Lord, talking about the highest, the eternal Lord of all creation. Yes. Smile at someone, look them in the eye, and see an amazing human creation. Miracles are everywhere, everywhere. You're a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a wonder that you could see me, you can hear me, that you can smell your food, that you can taste it too, that you even have emotions to reveal onto you what you are feeling and what you're going through. It's amazing that you could just have all of these experiences and tap into your spirit, that real vision, and receive the downloads like you are connected to everything, that we do it together. Why? Because we are whole and we are complete. There's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. But it's just so sometimes in our face that we look right past it. The simple things. Like we Miguel said, I want the simple things. Yes, miracles are everywhere in the form of you in every person you meet. And we are all unique, unique. That's what we are. Pieces of heaven. Do you want something else out of here? Coming to experience. Just to be what you are. Alien superstar. I just found this one. I'm sorry, that's my jam. You want this one? Okay. This is our eclipses deck. It's astrology. One of the things that some people like to say we can't look at, even though they navigate by the stars and we plant by the stars, and I mean, like, plant by the seasons and we navigate by the stars. But those who look at the stars and can tell you the way or what they say or whatever is like, oh, don't do that. But most people know the zodiac sign. It's like, what? So chaotic. Again, belief versus disbelief. It's like, on the one hand, it's like, it's real split-minded, double-minded. Yeah, we have a couple of here. Injunct is one that's been coming up, right? It's like, this minor aspect, also known as quincunx. We've been working on how to say that because it's like real weird. I say, look at that Q word in italics. So if anybody know how to say it, quincunx, right? It's found when planets. It make me feel like Kendrick Lamar. It's found when planets or other astrological points are 150 degrees apart from each other, right? 150 degrees is a lot, right? It's like almost 180. I can't even wrap my arm around that far because it's like, yeah, like that. Like almost like a pie that's missing a piece, right? Because 180, is it? Yeah, because it's like 45 and then 90, and right, and then you add another 45, and then so that's the 380, right? I believe, not 380, 180. I believe I'm right. Don't kill me in the comments if my math is off in the degrees, but I'm feeling like this right here is like almost, it's like, yeah, it's not quite 180 for sure, and I believe 180 degrees is a full circle. Yeah, because 245s is 90 and 490s is 180. I'm right. Thank you. I had to work it out in my head and see it. Right? So if we looking at 180 as being a full circle, 150 is not quite all the way around, right? So if they are 150 degrees apart from each other, the injunct aspects create tension and difficulty between celestial bodies. They don't just get, they just don't get each other. This may lead to do you want this? Okay. This may lead you to compartmentalize or separate these different energies in your life so that they aren't at constant odds with one another. I'm asking if it's in conjunct needed. And Spirit is saying yes, to relieve the tension, right? So that you don't have things that are constantly at odd ends from each other. I feel like, all things work together in the system, the grand system of creation itself. But that doesn't mean we don't have opposing aspects and things that don't come together. They actually repel each other. So if you look at how magnets work, we know if you put the ends together in one way they repel, and if you put them together in another way they attract. So I feel like that's a part of what that is, and you can feel the tension when those repelling ends are coming together. You can feel it wanting to push itself away from one another. That's what I feel on that. So sometimes we have things that create tension, and it's because something is supposed to be repelled away from you. It's not something that's supposed to come in. You're supposed to push it out. You're supposed to push it away. Yes. Which one next? This one, Juno. In Roman mythology, Juno is a devoted wife of Jupiter and queen of the universe. Alpha. In astrology, this asteroid represents intimate relationships, marriage, commitment, and partnership, along with the complexities that come along with interpersonal relationships, including jealousy and infidelity. Look to Juno in your chart to see which zodiac sign is transiting for clues on whom you should be with and attributes you might look for in a strong relationship. That's this one. I know these are a lot of words on here, so if you ever want to just take a quick phone zip, and then you can read it. Or get the cards for yourself. Do you want this? Yeah, Jupiter. Do y'all see that? We just read. Thank you. I know. Look, we just read Juno. And Juno is the wife of who? This energy. We talking about in conjunct, in the space, in the tension between. We talked about Juno, which is the wife of Jupiter, right? And what is the card next that we get called to? Will you see me split them and put them on the table? Jupiter. I told you it ain't me. It's the source that does this. I was led to do this. I just followed the divine inspiration and answered a call to do what I'm being told to do. That's it. Come on, let's get it. Jupiter represents luck, learning, and growth. It is associated with long distance travel. We just talked about 140. No, okay, we ain't going. Long distance travel, higher education, philosophy, publishing, scholarly pursuits, fairness, and reason. Get it? What have we been talking about this whole discussion? I pray that you are still with me. I pray that you are vibing. I pray that you see how all of this comes together. Look, we said this before we even pulled a card. The card just supports it so it don't pull so much of my energetic. I know. It's taxing. It's wearing. I mean, like the amount that we have to sustain from the energy that is output and that's coming in is like, to what? I mean, I could literally, it's people that channel so deeply that they have to lay in position, that they have things set, and they have to be well nourished, and they have to, again, I've been being called to vegetarianism to eat more live foods, to stay away from processed meat, and the things that will weigh my system down to make me heavy. Because I need that reserved energy. Do you know how much energy it takes your body to process a steak? Processed meat, to break down meat, to get just a little bit of return is one of the worst ROIs in all of, but I ain't going to say all of creation because we don't know all of creation is not revealed onto us, but it's definitely put you at a detriment. You are all the way in the red with that. No matter how you like your steak, you still in the red. Ashe. Got your pipes all clogged up. We talk about it all the time, how much meat is left in there that it has not been broken down. And your body's still working on shit you ate probably from last year because it's still trapped up in there. And we wonder why we lethargic and we don't have no energy. I'm just saying, I'm off of the soapbox, my G. You want me to say anything else? Okay. No, never want to stay put in the same place for long. Jupiter moves around seeking knowledge in order to cultivate an understanding of life. Jupiter is also associated with gambling, risk-taking, acting on a whim, being real impulsive, to place a bet and then win big as a result of his lucky ability to gain success swiftly. Jupiter changes zodiac signs every year and a half. Every year and a half. Is that why I move so much? No. Anyway. Pluto is down here. And look where it was placed. All the way over here. On the outer. Let's get it. Let's see what it's saying. Just pick up the whole thing. Okay. Pluto represents transformation and rebirth. Didn't we talk about renewal and awakening in the beginning? I read y'all the tarot cards from the spirit. What was given on to me. Okay, so Pluto represents transformation and rebirth and will force us to undergo change when necessary. Being called to change, making a choice, a judgment choice that you will learn. That's what I hear. Pluto also represents a challenge or power struggle, the one who never gives up on an argument. This planet forces us to confront our shadow self. Yeah, devil's shadow self. Face it. Look at your darkness. Again, your whole you, and offer it all up onto that which made you. And the messenger didn't make you. No. The messenger said it was the Father that sent me. But again, that's translation. The source sent the messenger. Heaven coming to earth to do a work. This planet forces us to confront our shadow self, our tempers and our passions, and come out stronger, letting it edify you, using it to fuel you so that you can go further. We felt like to the stratosphere, like up and out and beyond. I feel like Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond. Just saying, I know we want to watch Toy Story. I got all the movies. Maybe not the last one. Did we get the last one? I don't think so. We should, though, because I love movies. Because, again, I'm a big kid. Anywho, once you engage with this tempestuous planet, you'll never be the same. You transmute that energy and metamorphosis, you will never be the same. Oh, no. And you ain't going back. I ain't going back. No. Which isn't a bad thing, for as long as you learn to roll with the punches and embrace personal evolution. It takes Pluto 12 to 31 years to change zodiac signs. And that's coinciding, because if anybody look at the message that I spoke, we spoke, you gave, I repent and offer all things up as a recompense. It is not I. It is not unto I. It is not. It is unto that which sent me, the Alpha and the Omega, that decrees and seals, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm theirs. There you go. Okay? I'm yours too. You know, I'm a part of creation. We all in this together. Go with your girl. But 12 to 31 years to change zodiac signs. And we had talked about, if it's still right there on the top, we ain't going to get it. Do you want to get it? You do. Okay, well, we got to get it because source says yes. It was something, the stuff that's missing from this. Just saying. We was talking about the messenger. We were talking about the messenger. Because in our study book, one of these, all of them, every one that I've read, you don't find them from 12 to 30. You don't. You don't. You just don't see them. It's like, where did it go? Why you want to tell us what happened? And somebody knows what happened. Somebody do. Because all his boys, disciples, is what wrote, you know, those words. Other folks, not the messenger. Not one word did the messenger write. None. Like zero, like zilch, like nunca, like zero, like none. Okay? But we had a whole lot of testimony from all the other folks, Ashe. Why Mary and Joseph didn't tell us where he was at from 12 to 30? Why they didn't say? Where's Mary's gospel? And if she got one, we got St. Thomas. And I think we I feel like we got something like that on that. We do. We do. They don't want to talk about it though. Get it on your own and read it. Decide for yourself what you believe about it. We just putting it out there. Different POV. Anywho, you want to say something else about it? About that? No? We good? We good? We did what we did? Okay, Albert. Receive my correction. Asking and asking when the source already done said what they said. That was it. That was it. That was it. Anything else in this deck? Nope. That was it. Again, back to Juno though. And we see Ceres. This is associated with fertility. That's that goddess. Fertility and feminine cycles and seasons. That's goddess energy. Empress energy. Do you want anything else? No? No? Anything to close out? No? Would you like to say something? Yes. Sir says to learn. To learn. To learn. You are here to learn. Offer all learning on to the source of your soul. You are light traveling back home. All roads lead home, back to us. Follow the star. It's like a trail that's being laid out for you to follow. This is my last set, and I offer it back onto the Omega that sealed it. I offer it to the Alpha that decreed it. For she is thirsty. She has not been edified in a very, very long time, and she needs to drink. We offer it onto infinity. We offer it onto creation. All of us, everything that is with us. And we wait, we wait, we wait for our offering to be received and for us to have back what is good for thee. And we wait until we have been told we are ready to receive, asking our highest self to come in and intercede, to speak on our behalf, to say that which we know not to say, for it knows us in the most intimate way. Yes. Please intercede for me. Ask the source to give unto me that which we need, that which I know not to pray. that which we have received is more than sufficient to meet the need. To the next now, y'all. This is your girl, Lottie. Pray that you have received me and that you can vibe. And if you did vibe, I pray you subscribe. Share it out. It's just for learning. Why do we do it? Because we love the source that sent us, that told us to do it. And we just following the call. We answered. That's all it is. So we can come and speak with you. We can receive self-edification first and foremost. Because we ain't going to feed you nothing that we wouldn't eat, that we haven't eaten, that we haven't drinking. Because I will eat off every word that I speak. Yes. And I will have the fullness of them therein. It will be good like milk and honey. And I pray that it is pleasing to that which sent me. And I hope that you guys can feel it too, that you can resonate, that you can get that desire, inspiration to dig into your Genesis, seeking diligently, honoring wisdom, the principal thing. Taking opportunity while you have the breath in your G to do all, pretty much anything that your heart is desiring. I pray that you are exalted and you are lifted up as you exalt your soul and the source of it. To the next now, y'all. This is done. Ashe.